Hello everyone, this is Calvin, Professor C here. Today I'm going to teach you how to input a deal in Expert. And by the time we finish this video, you should know how to input a simple deal. So without further ado, let's do it. So as you can see, I'm at my home page. The way I like to do it is first go to Mortgage Boss. As you can see, it's already here. Then I will log in. If you don't know how to log into Mortgage Boss, or if you need your password, talk to your broker of record, or I will show you in my next video. Okay, so here we go. We are in Expert now. This is the typical screen. So let's do it. Let's do it. I'm so excited. Let's create a new application. We're doing approval. We're doing a purchase. For this referral source, don't worry about it too much. Okay, I'm inputting the mail's name, the guy. Don't worry about the name. I'm just making up names here and there. This is not real. So as you can see, we are inputting a live deal. And you can see roughly how long it takes for us to input a deal. The first part, we are basically inputting the information of the client. Now, one of the exercise that, one of the benefit that for us to learn how to input the deal is not really just inputting the deal, but to let you know and familiar yourself with what kind of information you need in order to have this application done. So next time when you go see your client, you know what information you need from them. So I'm just getting getting the birthday from the second person. So again, I'm just inputting whatever phone number it is. A lot of people say that it is very difficult to input a case. It is very difficult to the expert system seems very confusing and all that. Now I can tell you this is totally not the case. Expert system is one of the easiest system to use out of all the system that we have been using. It just needs a little bit of time to get familiarized with yourself. I actually skipped the ID part. Actually, ID number put there and the country put here. So you basically just follow along. Driver license. Again, I almost always put it on the wrong slot. So that's okay. Doesn't matter. So one of the things that we need to check is there's a time remaining here, and sometimes you need to save it before it went to 0. Otherwise you lost everything, and that's not good. Okay, and prior, let's do it. So one of the easiest way to to divide the application is this section that you see is all about the applicant and the co-applicant, and the bottom section here is the house that you're buying or you're doing the mortgage on. That's called subject property. So if you can divide this two sections up, just do the applicant first, then input all the information for the property, then it is not difficult. So let's see. Employer. Let's do it. I'm so excited. So the system would actually, give you the address if you type enough of it. So that's pretty smart. That is way smarter than, many years ago that you actually need to type every single word in it. So that's that. Okay, I might pause this first. Okay, so we are back to the application. I basically skip, the input of the employment because you guys know what to do. Income, employment, occupation, employment address, phone number, and all that stuff. So I don't want to make the video super long, but you know how to input it. So after I've input both employment on both the application, we're here at the asset screen. So I know my client has about has some saving, put the bank if you know, or if you have a lot of banks, you can kind of get away with just put saving. I know they have about, $65,000. And then they have a car. If you know the make and all that, you can also put it in. There's some RSP and investment saving. 25,000. Okay. My client currently have one property that they own. They have one property that they own, which is the one that they are living in. So they're worth about 800,000. Property taxes about 4850. No condo fee, heating $100. There's a mortgage. This is the part that is a little bit confusing. So, after you input the employment and all that, then the asset, which is here, liability, which is here, and the last one is property owned. If your client currently, as of this moment, they don't own anything, then don't put anything. If they already is a homeowner, then put down the property info as well as the mortgage info here. Okay? So my client right now has a first mortgage of about 355,000. Well, 58,000. Payment is $675 per month. Maturity date is 2019. This one is fixed, close. No. Okay. So one of the nice thing about Expert is whatever you're missing, they basically highlight it for you. So if you hit validate and hit OK, it will tell you, right? So you can see that I go from here, all the way to property owned. And even if I don't hit validate, it will kind of validate for me automatically. I actually misclick it. It is actually Mary. So it's spouse, and I check what else I missed. Residential status. One of the feature, like one of the negative things about Expert that people are complaining is, say that you hit validate and OK, and then you hit here. As you can see, it jumped to the first page, then it takes a little bit of time to jump to where it is, right? And sometimes if your computer is slow or something like that, it can actually take like a good 5 to 10 seconds before it can jump to the, as you can see, it takes time to jump to that. And a lot of other systems that we have been working with is like immediately. So imagine you are sitting there inputting deals like 6 hours a day, right? So that can add up. So, but it is what it is. So that's all you can do. So other than that, this is the liability. I miss nothing other than the liability. And the liability is normally, in order for you to go through that, after you input the information, you come to a credit bureau and you basically request the bill yourself. However, I'm still under the guideline that I cannot pull it myself, so we'll let the people do it from Mortgage Alliance. So what we can do is we can skip over that part and we can go to subject property. So I'll pause the video for now and gather information from the property, and I will be right back. So there we go. I have the information of the property that we are going to put a mortgage on. And it is actually, a technical terms is called the subject property. So remember that whichever property you are going to do the mortgage on right now in this particular application is called the subject property. So the client is buying a rental property. So the subject property, again, is the one that we are putting on the mortgage. It's a rental. Okay, and it's 30580 Queens Wharf Row. So a lot of the newer mortgage agent ask me, okay, where do you get the address? I cannot find it on the purchase agreement. Yes, a lot of the time, in fact, most of the time, you will not be able to get it from the purchase agreement if it is a new build, if it is a construction. So what you have to do is to wait till the civic address. This is called a civic address, by the way. The address that we are so used to, the street number, the street name, and all that. But at the very beginning, most of the time, if you are looking at your pre-construction purchase agreement, you will only see either a legal description or nothing. So anyway, this legal description is not here. So it's a new bill. Now, you may be tempted to put down condo because the client is purchasing a condo. In fact, condo is apartment high-rise in Expert. And here the tenure is condo. Again, a lot of newer mortgage agents ask me, what is freehold, what is leasehold, and what is condo? I'm going to have a separate video to talk about what is freehold, leasehold, and condo. So stay tuned. But for now, we'll skip that. This is a condo, 500 something square feet. Now, if you want to know about the heat and the water, we can do it in the future. Just leave me a comment on how detailed you want me to go to, and I can certainly have a video in the future. But for now, we'll just put in all this information. Now this one for pre-construction is huge. The property tax, this annual tax is property tax, annual property tax for the subject. So a lot of new agents ask me, okay, where can I find the property tax? And I can tell you, you cannot find it. There is no way you can find the property tax because it is a new bill. It's not like a resale that you can check it on MLS. So my next question is, what do you put here? What do you put here? And the answer is depending on the lender. Some lender would require you to put 1% of the purchase price. Some lender would say 0.75% of the purchase price. And some lender would let you use the mill rate. Mill rate is the city particular rate, tax rate to use. So let's just see, what is mill rate? We can check, right? Mill rate, Toronto. This particular one is in Toronto. Just check it here. Tax rate and fee. Let me see. Property tax rate. Here, as you can see, this is residential. If it is residential, it is this one. Okay. However, we are not residential. Residential means single detached home. We are in a multi-residential condo, 1.31. Wow, scary. However, we are at a new multi-residential because this is a brand new condo. So we can use 0.6355. So, you can do that. House price is 3000 times 0.0063. You can use this. If you want to be on the safe side, you can put the 1%. I'm going to put 1% for now. Okay, so it's 2630 per year. Okay, per year. Paid by borrower. Most of the time is paid by borrower. Condo fee, where do you find it? Where do you find it? This is another very common question. Answer is look at the interim statement of adjustment. Interim statement of adjustment. I'm going to try to show it to you next time. But on the interim occupancy fee, there's a common expense. That's the condo fee. So this one is $288 per month. If you still have not received the interim statement of adjustment, ask the client how many cents per square feet is the condo fee. They may know. And if not, you can just estimate. Okay. Rental income. This unit can rent for $2,000 per month, no problem. Okay, rental include option. This is another big question. So which one should you use? Add percentage to gross income or reduce rental expense, add balance to gross income? So this basically is add back. This is rental add back. The second one is rental offset. Rental offset. This is a very common question. I am definitely going to have a new YouTube video to teach you all that. I will link it in my comment, so you can just click and go there. For now, I suspect I will use the offset, and I'm going to offset 80%. Okay. Again, why 80%? It depends on lender. I am suspecting I will submit this due to Equitable. Equitable B-side for rental, they can use 80% offset. So 80% offset. So that's why I put it here. This is one of the things that is different from lender to lender, and this is usually the biggest difference between lender. So make sure you ask which about the lender and how do they calculate the rental income. So purchase price 260, down payment from saving, and I'm they want 75%, 263,000 times 0.75. 19 actually down payment 263,000 times 6575. One of the neat thing is here, this one, if you copy and paste it here and click here, it will actually give you the percentage of the down payment, as well as if you click the calculator, it will calculate how much is the remaining, the mortgage. So if 25% is the down payment, you're requesting 75% loan to value, which is 75% of the purchase price is your mortgage, and this is request. So just click here. Closing. This particular one, I don't know when it will close, probably in December. Actually, I think it's in November. Let's put November 29. Ask the client. If not, ask them to ask the lawyer. They would know. Otherwise, just put a date first, and when they know, ask them to let you know. Okay. Interest rate. This one, most lender you put the benchmark rate, the B20 rate, which is right now 5.34. Fixed close monthly, semi-annually. This is just kind of standard. You can choose fixed or variable. Most of the clients choose close. I usually just go for monthly for at the beginning, compound semi-annually. Yeah. So as you can see, the B20 monthly payment, which is what is B20? B20 is basically the bank standard qualifying rate, that the government need you to be. In reality, are they actually paying $1,185 per month for their mortgage? No, definitely not. They're probably paying like much less. But you need to qualify the client with this income first, okay? So I'm going to save this. So I forgot the heat. So as you can see, there's not much GDS because the client has, we need to put more information on it. Let's see. Okay, so GDS is not much because basically we are doing a rental offset. So subject property, all the expenses, all that is, you know, calculated by the offset. So that's about it. We need to pull the credit bureau before we can go further. So, but other than that, you know, once you have the credit bureau, it basically updates the liability screen. Then you come here to lender submit. You choose your lender. For now, I can choose Equitable Bank. The B side is not called Evolution, it's Equitable Bank. And then you type your lender notes here, which is your comment. I usually, you know, just basically start a Microsoft Word. And you just type your comment here and then copy and paste right over here, because otherwise, as you can see, this is so thin that, you know, you can only see 3 lines at a time, and, you know, you may forget what you're talking about after a few lines. So that's that. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope, you know, obviously this is not the best video in the world. In fact, there's a lot of improvement that need to be done. But I hope it's a good start. I hope you learned something. I hope you are not bored to death. And make sure you like my video and you hit that subscribe button, you know, in the YouTube thing. And I will continue to get you more quality training session. Okay, thank you.